afternoon, everyone. I like the energy in here. You know, you'd think it would be really sad energy, but the truth is, we're here to celebrate Les Craig's life, aren't we? I want to share with you that the word death in Aramaic, the language that was spoken by Jesus, means not here, present elsewhere. And that really confirms my personal belief in the ongoingness of life. So for all we know, Les is hanging out in the ethers here, checking us out to see who came to her celebration, and if we're going to have fun with it, because she did not want it to be a somber occasion. And so one of the things that I know is that everything is about the divine or God or the force or whatever you want to call it, and that the God is life, the Alpha and the Omega. It never began, it will never end. And that's the truth of us as well. So as I just said, the truth of Les and of all of us is that we're birthless, deathless, and changeless. Each one of us is a spirit that chose to play here in this dimension for a while. And when it's time, we go home. And who knows what happens then? Personally, I think we go home for a while and then we choose the next experience to have. You know, but whatever, I do know that whatever we believe, that's what happens for us. And so, but I think about it like this. If we think about a butterfly or a caterpillar, it builds a cocoon and it dies and it becomes goo, basically. And out of this goo and the imaginal cell that's in this goo emerges a butterfly. So each one of us is in the process with being born and dying of becoming these wonderful butterflies. Each one of us is unique and individual, and there will never be another us. There'll never be another me. There'll never be another Les. We're all unique and different. And so I wanted to share a poem with you. I have a whole file of poems to read at celebrations of life, and I was thinking, okay, Les, which one do you want? And this one came. So death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away into the next room. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way that you have always used. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me. Let my name ever be the household word that it always was. Life means all that it ever meant. There is absolutely unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I am waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere near, just around the corner. All is well. We are going to have a delightful slideshow right now to remind us of Les's life. And the first one, I believe, has a song that she told her daughter. She says, when I die, I want to have this played at my memorial.
See them both run and watch them disappear. Without love, All the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like the rainbow, we are one. One more time, let me hear you sing it. All the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like a rainbow, we are one. Everybody comes from somewhere. We've all got faces and names. We walk our walks and we talk our talks. No two of us are ever the same. But all the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like the rainbow, we are one. One more time, let me hear you sing it. All the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like the rainbow, we are one. Love pours out from the depths of your soul. Love shines down from the stars. Love is the power that makes us whole, and love is who we are. And all the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like the rainbow, we are one. One more time and let me hear you sing it. All the colors of the rainbow, they are light, they are light. And all the people like a rainbow, we are one. 'Cause we're part of one soul, one mind, one love, one life. All the colors of the rainbow, all the glory of the rainbow. One soul, one mind, one love, one life. All the people like a rainbow, we are one.
So you think of when I was watching that, I love seeing all the pictures of when she was young and when you were young, her family, our family here. And you know, for some of us, it seems like this death is an ending. But what I know is that it's also a beginning. Life cannot be destroyed. It's not made of flesh, it's made of spirit. And so the experience of death is but a transition from one life to another. And you know, for all of us, this is a new beginning. New experiences await us. And we are more capable people if we let ourselves be because of what we have been for each other. And so I want you to honor the qualities of life that Les has called forth in you. And John is going to, where is he? There he is. He's going to play a piece of music for us.
One word. Atakuyosi. All of us. Hechetuelo. Which means things will go as they do. Now, I'm going to play a song I wrote for Les. It's called Les's Hymn. Ray and I were supposed to play another tune. Okay, come on, Ray. Can he play your? Of course, sir. Okay, so yes.
We're gonna do a Jimi Hendrix tune.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You want to do Little Wing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Les used to like to play this a lot, so it seems to be. Are we on?
It's turned up.
Yep, son.
Crank the volume on the amp.
Thank you very much. So one of the things I know about us is that, for instance, as I stand here talking to you, every single one of you is hearing what you hear, not necessarily exactly the same thing as the person sitting next to you. Everyone is unique, and we all have unique memories of Les. And I believe that the greatest thing that we could possibly give to her is gratitude. Gratitude for her life, gratitude that she made a difference in our lives. And so I would like to invite Delia to come up and speak, and then Scott will speak. Thank you.
Hi there. As most of you know, I'm Les's daughter, and what you guys may not know is that she and I had a very difficult relationship through a lot of our life. We had lots of hurt feelings. We hadn't always connected beautifully. And one thing that you guys may not know as well, because a lot of you joined her life more recently, but her long-term family can vouch for, is that Les had a lot of sadness in her life. And there were a lot of times in her life where she didn't want to be alive. And there were even a few times where she tried to make that so. And what was amazing about her is that she was a phoenix. And she rose up and she had the most beautiful times in the last few years of her life, which for me has made her death all the more poignant and hurtful, because though she was not taken as a young woman, she was taken as a woman who was having a fucking blast. And she really deserved more time with that, and she didn't get it. So I want to thank everybody in this room for being the people that helped transform her life and bring her joy, and for being part of getting to the good times. So what I have is something my brother could not make this, Olin. So he sent me something he wrote that I could read to you guys. And this is his recollections of her, and some of it he addresses to her. And so you'll just have to imagine it's his beautiful voice you're hearing. I'm running down our driveway and holding 3 fingers in front of myself. I keep saying, I'm 3, I'm 3. And that's my first memory. Also, it could mark the beginning of my conscious relationship with Les, my mother, my teacher, and my dear friend. She loved language so much. I know she had been looking forward to sharing words. From the time I could talk, long car rides home were a special time. I asked her endless questions, and I think she liked it too. We stopped to get chicken and ate it as we drove. She always drove incredibly slow, which actually a lot of you can vouch for. And she would glance over at me when she was ready for another piece, dark meat preferably. I loved that. I wanted to hear what she thought about things like history and art. I wanted to hear her tell me stories. Words and oration were strong suits of hers, and I liked to hear her talk without a filter. I was in it with her. She would let me discordantly play my kazoo over her beautiful songs. It hurts me to imagine now, but like a little monkey who couldn't yet peel his own fruit, she ignored my messes for the most part. Along with being good at taking in information quickly, Les's ability to process what she read and form interesting opinions was uncommon. As a youngster, I constantly tried to employ black and white reasoning to complex topics, but she would check me. There was not one truth, and the presence of a gray area in between different perspectives is an understanding I am grateful for now. We had a scrappy existence in the hills, but she gave me a childhood of freedom, likely the freedom to think and be that she herself sought. In so many ways, she formed me. And I think because she battled with self-esteem so deeply that would have disturbed her. But I am proud of the parts we share. Les, I only understand now how precious time was. There are no conditions on the love and respect I have for you. I will be back there with you when life gives me a quiet moment, when my hands are busy and my mind is free. In a recent memory, it is early in the morning before light, and I am painting while you are meditating. My headlamp is the only light, and the birds begin ushering in the day outside. We are separate, but the same. In an older memory from Panther Gap, we've let the fire go out, and we're reading Watership Down in bed. Our hands peek out from under the comforter to hold the book. Rotten smelling old Chiquita bananas, fucking bonkers cat, Siamese, is purring beside us. And Olin closes with, "You are here always, inside of me, behind my hand. I love you. I love you."
I might need that too. I got one. I think there's no greater honor than to be able to do a tribute to someone you love. And I met Les. I didn't know Les was a woman when I met Les. Not that she didn't look like a woman, but I've written a column for a long time. Many of you probably are familiar with it. And she and I corresponded online quite a while before I actually met her. And she said she would like to meet me. So we met, and it was at a class that I was teaching, and she said, "I'll be there at the class." Of course, this is all via the internet and email, and I had no idea. I was expecting a guy, and Les is the name. And she walked up and said, "I'm Les," and it was one of those awkward moments where, I thought you were taller. But before she passed, I was with her in the rehab center one afternoon, and I told her that I was going to write something for her, and she was pleased. And this is what I wrote, and it appeared in the Times Standard and several other papers shortly after she died. If I get through it all the way, I'll be very pleased. You got this. She's worth a few tears. It was my first venture into a group since COVID forced us all into isolation. On a brilliant, bright, sunny May afternoon in 2021, as society began crawling out from its dark places and its hidey holes, I volunteered at a plant sale here. The weather was glorious, although it would have been so even if it had been dumping rain, because it had been too long since we were able to visit friends in person. As I entered the parking lot and our eyes met, she placed herself firmly in the center of the asphalt. She looked me straight in the eyes, and although her mouth was hidden by a mask, I could tell she was smiling so broadly, it seemed her face would split in two. "You vaccinated?" she asked. "And boosted," I replied, extending her arms, making a come hither motion with her fingers. She welcomed me to her. Over a year, God, I didn't even make it to the third paragraph. Over a year of tension, fear, and loss evaporated instantly as we planted ourselves firmly on the gray striped asphalt in the bright sun enveloped in each other's arms. We hugged as if we had invented hugging. Parched desert travelers finding an oasis, a light, playful breeze teasing our hair. On other days, I might have been embarrassed by such a deep display of public affection, but not this time. Not today. Not now. Not ever again. This unassuming act of affection with an affirmation of spirit was just an unrestrained celebration of life. When I wrap my arms around someone I care about, as many people in this room will attest, I don't do one of those pat on the back bro hugs. Or yuck, even worse, one of those side hugs. I mean, what's the purpose of that? If you're gonna hug, commit to it. In body, thought, and feeling, I envelop the person in my arms and I embrace them dearly as if nothing else matters, because at that moment, quite simply, nothing else does. That tradition, that aspect of me, began in that parking lot on that day with my dear friend, my sister from another mister, my fellow student of life, Les Craig. She was a renowned, talented musician. If there was a local festival, you could be pretty sure Les would be on stage, either singing, playing the flute or guitar, sometimes all three. When I first met her at a workshop I led, there was no way I could have known how our paths would intertwine and run parallel for so long, yet too short. She watched over our pets when we left town, always bringing her guitar, I assumed to play for our fur babies. She later became a pillar at the Center for Spiritual Living, and she, Edward, and I spent years together before, during, and after the pandemic, studying for our practitioner's licenses, graduating together in a joyful ceremony in August of 2022. Earlier this year, this was written last year, both Les and her husband were diagnosed with cancer. He passed quickly. I accompanied her to the funeral home to help her make arrangements. I was there to be supportive in her time of need, although if you knew Les, you wouldn't know, even in those moments, that she needed anything. She was fiercely independent, and although sad about Martin's loss, looking forward with anticipation to her days ahead. After all, the doctor had told her that her cancer was lazy, and it wouldn't be much of a problem. Alas, doctors and medicine are not perfect. Her disease and the side effects of treatment struck with a vengeance, leading to repeated trips to the ER and eventually a rehabilitation center. Although I was able to be at her bedside at the ICU in her final hours, our last conversation was a few days prior. The bright, ever-glowing, musical, loving flame that was Les Craig was going out. She knew it. She told me she was at peace with whatever happened and would embrace it, knowing her energy would not be extinguished, merely changed. I know I will still be here, she told me, no matter what plane of existence I'm in. Through tears, I replied, I know that, but I like you in this one. She smiled. We held hands. I told her I loved her. She said the same. I kissed her on the forehead, no longer able to hug her as she couldn't get up, and I left the room. Les Craig's energy has now expanded into the unbounded universe. She is now, as she always was, one with the all. Although she is forever without physical limitations to constrain her, her deep baritone voice nowadays sings into the infinite everywhere at once. Les's love and great laugh have been set loose to be part of the great unending. I know she's still around. I'm confident that she is exploring with energy, enthusiasm, and childlike curiosity this expansive, new, unlimited world into which she has been launched. I know all that, and I am delighted for her. I also know she is a part of me and every other person so fortunate enough to know her, so she can never be gone. Yet I deeply miss her. But mostly, I am grateful for all the time we had together, knowing that she is a force for the greater good, now performing for the entire universe, teaching others how to hug on some other faraway, yet near and alternative dimension. I love you, Les. I have a thing about not leaving an empty.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to share as well, as you just heard, I was the teacher for quite a few years as Scott and Edward and Les worked their way into being practitioners. And for those of you who are new to our center, a practitioner is someone that is trained to know the truth for you, the higher truth for you. And they will do what we call spiritual mind treatment, what you might call prayer, for, you know, whoever wants it, etc. And when I was thinking about this yesterday, you know, what would I say about Les? There's two things. One is, I can remember, I don't know what year it was, I'm not real good on time, but we were all, I had all the chairs in a big, huge circle. We had the lights off, we had candles, and I had asked Les to help me with a solstice ritual. And she came in with an owl mask on and just did this wonderful thing where it seemed like she was flying around the, you know, going to the different points, you know, the north and south, east and west, etc. And it was just amazing to me, because one of the things it did for me was reawaken my Wiccan roots, because I was into Wiccan in my hippie days, which was a long time ago. And then I got involved with the science of mind, and in the early days of my training in the science of mind, they said, oh no, you can't do any of that woo-woo stuff. And so I didn't, except in secret. You know, I celebrated the solstices, etc., and the equinoxes at home, but I didn't bring it out here. And then I got here, and for some reason, knowing that she was also into Wicca, it gave me permission to stop being afraid of that part of me. And so that was really a wonderful thing that she did. But watching that owl fly around the room was just incredible. Those of you who are here remember that. The other thing that I wanted to share with you was this woman had an incredible mind. Absolutely incredible. I mean, if I wanted to know something, I could just ask her. She was almost as good as Google. And her vocabulary was incredible. I have a good vocabulary, and I'd have to go, what does that mean? Because she would use words that I hadn't heard before. And so even though I was supposed to be her teacher, she was my teacher as well. And definitely a sister in spirit. And so I am so happy, Les, to have known you. And I know that you're in my head every once in a while, and I welcome that. Edward is going to play a piece of music now.
Scott taught you well.
You what?
Scott taught you well about leaving the podium.
Yes, well, I took whatever that is. Toastmasters.
Oh, Toastmasters. Yeah, just a couple of things I wanted to add. I'm sitting over there with tears in my eyes. And Les and I, when we met, we bonded over music first. I had kind of given up on playing. I had a career in it for a lot of years, but I lost confidence in myself. And
4 women from this center brought it back to me. That was Miss Donna Landry Railing, Reverend Angelica, my wife, Amalia, and that's Greg. Sorry, this is emotional. We spent 2 years in practitioner, and in that course, it is very, very, very revealing. We found parts of ourselves that we didn't know were there. We shared things that were the most intimate secrets of our souls with each other. And we bonded in a way where Scott, Reverend Angelica, and Les became so much more important to me than anything next to my wife. But Les had, and Les had a way of, you know, she told me that I was going to play again, and Les doesn't ask. You know, she has a way of just making it happen. So she says, you know, we're doing some songs together, and we're going, COVID was around, so we had to do some video. She looked at my wife and says, and you're going to tape it. So my wife became her unofficial videographer, and my sister and I, we just did the best we could. And I want to play a song now that was very dear to us. It took us about 15 takes to get it right, or more. But we finally did, and we were talking about doing this at the center just before she passed. We both were in chemo at the time. We both had cancer. And damn it, she's supposed to be here. Her cancer was supposed to be less than mine. I'm sorry. Oh. Hit it. It's a snippet of what we were doing.
What a wonderful world.
Thank you. One last thing I wanted to add, and I have to do this. My wife and I, and my brother Scott, my twin over there who spoke so elegantly, we hosted an Intention Fest recently where we have memories and we bring up memories of those that we love and we cherish. And after everything was over, the festivities, my wife and I left in the dark, and it was a rainy night, and we looked up at the moon, and there was a rainbow around that moon.
Would you like your phone? Here's your phone.
Oh, yeah, I need that.
Well, I know that a lot of us have memories of Les that we would like to share. However, we'll give you a chance, but in the other room. But one of the things I want you to know is that when you heard these people speak and when you think about your own experiences, you realize what an impact Les had on our lives. A tremendously wonderful impact. And this is what I believe that everybody wants to know in the end, is that we've made a difference. That we've made a difference. And so let's go into a prayer. God got us all there is. We are so grateful for having had the opportunity to experience this amazing soul that we call Les. I know that everything about her will constantly be in our memory, or maybe not constantly, but as we get older, there will be times that come through where we remember with laughter, or we hear music, or we feel her presence in some way. And we know it is good, very good. We know that we have absolutely been blessed by the opportunity to experience her. And I hear her saying, yeah, and I'm blessed too. And so we celebrate life. We celebrate Les's life. We know that in truth there is only one life. That life is divine life. And it is moving in, through, and as us, all of us, all the time. And again, we're grateful. So very grateful. And so it is. So we're going to have one last piece of music, and then you're invited to come into the social hall and have some food and to continue sharing your experiences of Les. I know that she would love to be hearing, you know, all the neat things. And there is also, when you go into the social hall, right to the left as you go in the door, there's a table there, and it has some books on it, and it has some jewelry on it, and it has some scarves on it. And Nina gave me these boxes when they were cleaning the house, and I thought, what better way but to let people have a piece of her. So take what you will. All right, so let's do it.
I think Don's going to lead us in these harvest along.
Sing along, John.
Love is but a song that we sing. Go intro. Yes. Love is but a song we sing. Feel the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the dove is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, he will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Again. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, let's get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks the door, it's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. I say,
Hello, hello. We need to do a prayer. Okay. Hello? Hello, we need to do a prayer for Les. This is for the Creator, Wakantanka. We are Piata. We so Piata. We are Hayam Piata. Itakagata. Wakantanka. We miss you, Les. Echet tuelu.